He was passed over for a promotion, so he quit and started his own company with $300 and a single product. By the time he died 43 years later, that company had annual sales of $605 million and sold its products in 85 countries. His name was Charles Revson. He founded Revlon, and in doing so, he invented the modern cosmetics brand, and with it, an entirely new way of thinking about what it means to sell something to a consumer. Charles Haskell Revson was born on October 11, 1906, in Boston, Massachusetts. His parents were Jewish immigrants from Russia. His father was a cigar roller. The family grew up in Manchester, New Hampshire. Respectable, but not wealthy. Revson's first job after high school was in the garment district of New York, as a salesman in a dress store. He was good at it, good enough to work his way up to piece goods buyer. Then he moved into cosmetics, selling nail polish for a company called Elka. He was good at that too. He had an innate feel for color, for what women wanted, and for how to sell it to them. When the management at Elka passed him over for the position of national distributor, Revson did what driven people do when a door is closed in their face. He opened his own. On March 1, 1932, in the middle of the Great Depression, Charles Revson, his brother Joseph, and a chemist named Charles Lachman pooled their resources and founded Revlon. The L in Revlon came from Lachman. Their starting capital was $300. Their product was a single item, a new kind of nail polish. But it was a genuinely different kind of nail polish. Before Revlon, nail enamel was transparent and dye-based. It barely showed on the nails and lasted only a few hours. Revson's product used pigments instead of dyes. The result was opaque, vivid, lasting color. Women had never seen anything like it. He started selling in beauty salons, persuading stylists to offer manicures alongside hair appointments. Then he moved into drugstores, then department stores. By 1938, he had 21 shades of cream nail enamel. In 1939, he did something no one had thought to do before. He launched matching lipstick to coordinate with his nail polish and advertised the two products together as a complete look, seen on the fingertips and lips of the nation's smartest women. The cosmetics industry has never looked back. By 1942, just 10 years after founding with $300, Revlon was a multi-million-dollar company. By the end of World War II, it was one of the top 5 cosmetics houses in America. But what made Charles Revson different from other businessmen was not just his product. It was the names he gave his products and what those names implied. Before Revson, nail polish bottles had plain names like dark red or light pink. Revson understood that a name was not just a label. It was a promise. It was a story. It was an invitation to imagine yourself differently. He created names like Fire and Ice, Cherries in the Snow, Fatal Apple, Plum Lightning, Moondrops. These were not descriptions of colors. They were emotions, aspirations, identities for sale in a small glass bottle. This insight, that you are not selling a product, you are selling how the product makes someone feel, is the foundation of every successful consumer brand that has existed since. Revson didn't just build a cosmetics company, he invented the concept of the modern brand. In 1955, Revson made his most audacious marketing move. He became the sole sponsor of a new television quiz show called the $64,000 Question. The show became the most watched program in America, and Revlon was the only advertiser on it. Cosmetic sales tripled. The same year, Revlon went public at $12 a share. Within 8 weeks, the price had hit $30. The show's success was so important to Revson that he allegedly pressured the producers to control the questions, to keep popular contestants winning and maintain the show's extraordinary ratings. This contributed to what became the quiz show scandal of the late 1950s, which led to congressional hearings. Neither Charles nor Martin Revson was ever formally charged, but by the time the scandal broke, Revlon's market position was so dominant that it barely mattered. Through the 1960s and 1970s, Revson kept innovating. He borrowed General Motors' strategy of market segmentation, dividing Revlon into distinct product lines for different customers and price points. The premium Ultima II, the upscale Princess Marcella Borghese, the mass-market Revlon line, and natural wonder for younger buyers. In 1970, Revlon became the first American cosmetics company to feature a black model, Naomi Sims, in its national advertising. In 1973, Revlon launched Charlie, a fragrance designed for the independent woman of the 1970s. It became the best-selling fragrance in the world. And through all of it, Revson remained the same man he had always been: obsessive, demanding, impossible, and utterly singular. He wore hundreds of identical black suits. He tested nail polish colors on his own hands. He rejected advertising that others loved. He drove executives to resign and partners to sue him. Both his original co-founders had left by 1965. His brother Martin sued him for fraud and misrepresentation. Revson settled for $300,000. He ran Revlon for 50 years. He accepted no one as his equal. Charles Revson died on August 24, 1975, of pancreatic cancer, at his home in New Rochelle, New York. He was 68 years old. At the time of his death, Revlon products were sold in 85 countries, with annual sales of $605 million and more than 3,500 products in the line. What did Charles Revson actually build? 4 things that outlasted him. First, the modern cosmetics brand. Revson proved that beauty products could sell identity and aspiration, not just appearance. He began selling hope alongside cosmetics. Every major beauty brand in the world operates on this principle today. Second, pigment-based color technology. His opaque pigment-based nail enamel replaced the transparent dye-based formulas that had existed before. The chemistry he pioneered is still the foundation of nail color formulation worldwide. Third, fashion season marketing for cosmetics. He launched new shades each season to coordinate with women's clothing, treating beauty products as fashion accessories that needed to be updated seasonally. The entire cosmetics industry follows this cycle today. Fourth, the power of the name: fire and ice, cherries in the snow, fatal apple. He proved that the right name could sell more than any ingredient list, that emotion beats specification every time. 3 lessons from Charles Revson's life. First, sell the dream, not the product. Revson's insight was simple and completely radical for his time. Women don't buy nail polish. They buy how it makes them feel. They buy the version of themselves that the color implies. Every successful consumer brand since has operated on this principle, from Apple to Nike to every fragrance ever sold. Second, being passed over can be the best thing that happens to you. He was denied the promotion he wanted at Elka. That rejection forced him to start Revlon. The door that closes in your face is sometimes the one that was holding you back from something much larger. Third, obsession with quality is a competitive weapon. He tested colors on his own hands. He rejected advertisements that others loved. His perfectionism drove people away and drove Revlon to the top of its industry. Impossibly high standards create distance between you and your competitors that is very hard to close. $300. 1 nail polish. 43 years of obsessive, relentless, impossible drive. In the factory, he made cosmetics. In the store, he sold hope. And somewhere in between, he invented the modern brand. Thank you for joining us for episode 27. Our next episode is in Wang, the man whose word processor owned every office in America before the personal computer arrived, and the cautionary tale of what happens when you refuse to adapt. Until then, stay curious.